second for some people to get in the room. All right. This is Keys on Kilos, and this is Keys to the Universe, Keys to Enlightenment, as we all seek these things. I'm going to start out with another excerpt from right. So now we're just going to randomly go somewhere here. In scientific work, those who refuse to go beyond fact rarely gets as far as fact. Thomas H. Huxley. He says, the greatest discoveries begin with the simplest questions. Seekers look beyond what they are told is true for the mysteries that hide in places others have overlooked. Curiosity shines a spotlight on ideas that may appear solid but reveal hidden cracks when placed under scrutiny. Do not rely on any foundation that seems unsteady. To find truth, you must never cease in asking questions and in doubting what you are told. Ignore those who ridicule you for searching. Before the ancient astronomers found their proof, millions of humans believed the earth to be flat. And this right here, we go with the fact that yes, you should always question everything. You should always doubt. Don't doubt yourself. Believe in yourself. Don't doubt yourself. But question others and question foundations. Question the matrix if you're still stuck in it. If you hear one voice telling you to do this, the other voice telling you to do this in your mind, one is likely ego, the other is consciousness. So it's what some will call the devil and God. So which one works for you the best? Which one will have the better outcome? Which one will set things in motion? That is the decision that you should take. That is the way that the path that you should go. And of course, there's always a third. You just have to think of it. That's where you split and you become the fork in the road. So I've been working on redoing People Forget. It's one of my favorite songs that I've done. Shout out to the Who. Who are the people that forget? The people that forget are everybody, but more so people who forget good things that you do and rather choose to leave you in a place where they only remember negative. And with this, they run a whole motherfucking marathon. And it continues where they just falsify what actually has happened because the past is optional. You know, what you have is now. The past doesn't truly exist because you're here and now. And neither is the future. You only have your moments, so take the helm. That's one of the things that I've been working very hard at to make sure in the moment that I have discernment, I don't doubt myself, and I go with what benefits me the most out of anything. And you gotta do my affirmations and everything like that. You know, talk to myself. I find clarity for myself because I'm the only one that can really do that. Has anybody ever heard of well, let's say, has anyone ever heard of cymatics? Cymatics is where water reacts to frequency. So, and so there's other things, other elements. So it creates geometrical shapes based on frequency. Like for instance, the A note was once 432. They moved it 8. And this was a decision that became standard worldwide. And it became 440. But if you look at the cymatics of this effect on water, the geometrical perfectness of the shape only holds at 432, not 440. So why did they do this? Well, our bodies are made of water, and our bodies are made of elements. So it kind of puts us in a state of docileness and confusion, doubt, depression, things like this. And it keeps us controllable, like clay. So therefore, in a state of unconsciousness and chaos, they take away your peace with the missing piece of that geometrical shape. So much of this side. Shout out to Rob Smart. It took me a while to figure out what he was doing there. I'll keep that one to myself until I meet him in person. You can't listen to everything somebody else is saying. Don't listen to everything I say. Don't listen to everything anyone says. I took a break from Ralph, because he wasn't throwing up the right stuff for me to feel I wanted to regurgitate it. Anyway, so do things that align with your truest self and don't doubt it. You're the only one who can live this life. You are your own God, you are your own devil. So be careful in how you allow others to mold your life or move your life. You have to stay in or sit in discernment and be confident in what it is that you are doing. And I'll quote Michael Jackson since his movie is out. Believe in yourself, no matter what's going on. If this is what you want to do, you continue to do it. No matter about the whispers in the dark or the talk or anything like that. You're the only one who can see the clear picture. No one else is going to see the clear picture but you. So the hard work that you put in, the shadow work, which I put in on a regular, people don't realize that the reason that I'm able to put so many words together so fast when I'm freestyling is because I practiced for a very, very long time. I put a lot of shadow work in, It's just like with my strength, I did a lot of working out, Used to do 5,000 push-ups a day when I was locked. Until an old man told me, what the fuck are you doing so many push-ups for? The only thing you're doing is breaking your body down. You'll get a better result from just doing 100. And I looked at him weird, but I've learned to respect my elders. They have wisdom. They've been through my age, and I haven't reached theirs. So most of the time, they know what they're talking about. So I adhere to that. Can't adhere to this. We're not doing no lace fronts. But find sureness in yourself. If you need clarity, seek it. Ask for it. If you know that what you're doing is not conducive to yourself, and the furthering of yourself. Don't do it. Do what uplifts you and aligns you with your truest self. Because only you can do that. Nobody else is going to do that for you. Okay? What's a song that always calms you down? Anybody answer that one? There's a few of them for me, to be honest. Definitely been played in the 432. If I listen to Man in the Mirror, shout out to Sadai Garrett. She's the one who wrote that song. Michael performed it amazingly. Sadai Garrett is the lady that was on the song with Dennis Edwards. You know, don't look any further. And they did a very hilarious but great performance in one take, where they got the little dance at the end and everything. You know, her hand pops out of nowhere with the red gloves on it and everything. Classic. You know, Dennis Edwards, definitely a very high renowned singer. He was on the Temptations, but you know, he ain't no David Ruffin. You know, that's my favorite singer. Yeah, he ain't no David. David Ruffin, to me, is the best ever. With his range and delivery and breath control, just the way he could turn a note, you know. Check out like Statue of a Fool is another one. Songs that make me look inward, not inward, but inward, to see my flaws in any situation, because it's always going to be my fault, no matter what. I can try to blame other people, but it's never anyone else's fault, anything that I'm involved in, because I put myself there. And that's the way I choose to better myself, because I take accountability for everything. Instead of pointing fingers. But yeah, so people forget. This song came about because I feel that, you know, people will align you the way that they choose to and forget purposely normally, or maybe it's unconsciously, I don't know. Anything that you've done that puts you in a better light, puts you in a place of darkness. And see, back to cymatics. If you speak to an apple and you talk crazy shit to that apple, you get 3 apples. One you say nothing to. The other one you speak nothing but love. Like that's your twin flame love that, you know, you want to marry or something. You talk to that apple that way. The other one, you just break it down. You say the worst things that you can say to it. You keep doing this for days. One you don't say nothing to. One you crush it with your words. The other one, you love it. And see what the results are. I've done it. And the results is the apple that you talk crazy to, the one that you talk down to, is going to rot. The one that you say nothing to, it's going to kind of dry out a bit. But the one that you talk love to, it will look better than the beginning. You could try the same thing with rice in a jar. You could also do the same thing with frozen water, but you talk to the water first. In a jar, mason jar, put it in the freezer. I've done all of these experiments, and yes, it's very true. So what you say in the beginning, it was the Word was with God, and the Word was God. What you say to people, it affects them inwardly. And not all of us realize it because it hits your subconscious. So we have to have You have to have a lot of protection around you. You have to, do a lot of healing to make these things bounce away and to cast them and return to center or cinder. So you have to have a cinder block so that they are putting up bricks. Then everything that they're saying, it just falls on deaf ears. So, or deaf eyes. See no evil, speak no evil, hear is no evil. There's no evil here. You know, it's your choice. But what reality is, that's the free will that is gifted to us all. But with free will, you're a projector. So what you watch on the television is being broadcasted north, east, west, and south that you channel into to be programmed. It makes it so that you create a world that is not actually there. If you make it to be real, then it exists. So be careful what you choose to tune in on and to obsess on, because the moment that you make it real, it becomes real. If you're watching the towers fall down and you choose to say, oh, a plane hit it, then I guess it did. But in real, actual reality, what happened was it was a controlled demolition. That's what really happened. They'll probably cut the feed in a while if I keep going here. There's a lot of things that they do this with. So pay attention to yourself. Don't be watching that shit. Don't watch that shit. Tune into yourself. Ground yourself in nature. And focus on you and building yourself. And that there is keys to the universe.